Welcome, and thanks for joining today. My name is Jeff, and I'm going to talk about Philter's features and capabilities. Philter is a product of Mountain Fog, and is a product to identify and remove sensitive information in text. At the time of recording, Philter is at version 1.3.1. Philter has two core features, and that is to number one, identify sensitive information in text, and number two, to redact the identified sensitive information. It's important to note that Philter works on natural language text, which is text that is typically in paragraph form, the way you and I speak or write. Text that may be contained inside of some structured format, such as XML or JSON, would need to be extracted prior to being sent to Philter. After Philter identifies sensitive information in text, Philter looks at its configuration that you have set to determine what to do with that sensitive information. You can set Philter to redact the sensitive information with asterisks or with a static word or phrase such as redacted. Or Philter can replace the sensitive information with random but realistic values. For example, a person's name could be replaced with a randomly generated name, or an identified phone number could be replaced with a randomly generated phone number. The purpose of the random replacement is to remove sensitive information from the text while maintaining the semantic meaning of the text. The replacements can also be done across documents, meaning anytime an identified phone number will always be replaced by the same random phone number to maintain document consistency. We refer to this feature as consistent anonymization. The types of sensitive information found by Philter and how Philter manipulates that information in the text is completely up to you. Out of the box, Philter supports many types of sensitive information. The types shown here are common types of PHI and PII. The types of sensitive information identified by Philter can be selected based on your needs. For example, you may only be interested in phone numbers and email addresses. You can configure Philter to just look for those two types. How Philter manipulates sensitive information is specific to each type of sensitive information. For instance, you may choose to simply replace persons' names with the word redacted, but you want to replace identified phone numbers with random phone numbers. This configuration is contained in a file called a Philter profile. A Philter profile is how you tell Philter what types of sensitive information you're interested in and how to manipulate that sensitive information. When Philter receives text for filtering, Philter first retrieves from disk the Philter profile you want to use and reads it. Now that Philter knows what you want to do, Philter can process the text and output the filtered text back to you or the application that invoked Philter. To give some insight into how Philter works, Philter uses a combination of three methods to identify sensitive information. The first method is pattern matching. This is used for sensitive information such as zip codes or email addresses that follow a predictable pattern. The second method is natural language processing. When we say natural language processing, or NLP, we are referring to machine learning and statistical techniques of analyzing the text to find insights in the text. In Philter, we are using NLP for multiple purposes, but arguably the most important reason is to identify persons' names. The third and last method is dictionary-based lookups. Philter uses dictionaries of known values to identify various types of sensitive information. The dictionaries also allow for fuzzy matching, which allows Philter to identify sensitive information even though there may be misspellings. You can control the level of fuzziness. Most types of sensitive information employ a combination of all three of these methods. Philter is a back-end application, meaning that interactions with Philter to filter text are performed through Philter's API. You can utilize Philter's API in various ways, such as through the command line using a program like curl. Our Philter Studio application for Microsoft Windows is a desktop application that makes it easy to submit Microsoft Word files and text files to Philter. It can also highlight differences in the filtered text and utilize Microsoft Word's change tracking feature. If you want to utilize Philter's filtering capabilities from your custom applications, we have open source Philter SDKs for Java, .NET, and Go available on our GitHub. Each SDK is licensed under the Apache license version 2.0. Packaged versions are available through Maven Central and NuGet. Details on how to get the SDKs and sample code for using them is available on our GitHub and also on Philter's homepage. Lastly, Philter can integrate with popular big data applications such as Apache NiFi. Using Philter's API, Apache NiFi can be used to filter files in a data flow process. Other big data tools that can utilize Philter are Microsoft Power Automate and Amazon Kinesis. For details on Philter's API, please see Philter's user guide for example requests and responses. There are some other features of Philter worth mentioning. For more information on these features, please refer to Philter's user guide or contact us and we'll be glad to help. The replacement store maintains a history of redacted locations in text. This feature can be useful if you want to keep a list of the applications in text that were modified during filtering. This is an optional feature that is not required to use Philter. Philter supports horizontal scaling to support increased throughput and performance. When placed behind a load balancer, you can route your request to the load balancer and let it distribute the load between the instances of Philter. We have Amazon CloudFormation templates available to illustrate this architecture in an AWS environment. Philter is certified for Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8, whether you are using it in the cloud or on premises. Thank you for attending or viewing this presentation. Philter can be deployed in AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud through our website and the cloud marketplaces. Quick start guides are available in the Philter's user guide. If you have any questions on anything discussed here, please get in touch by email at the address shown on the slide or through our website support resources. We look forward to hearing from you.